Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome everyone to today's explainer. If you're a focused learner looking to truly unpack the mechanics of organizational health and workforce dynamics, well, you're absolutely in the right place today. We're going to take a deep dive into a highly specific and honestly vital organizational metric that will completely change how you view turnover. It's called attrition potential rating-wise. I know, it sounds like a bit of a technical mouthful at first, but stick with me. As we go through this together, you'll see exactly how it functions as this incredible surgical diagnostic tool for any organization that actually wants to understand its workforce.
So let's start with a baseline concept, the total attrition of an organization. Attrition, at its most basic level, is just the measure of people leaving a company. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Simply tracking this raw overall number of departing employees, that's really just the starting point. If you stop right there, looking only at total attrition, you're missing out on the absolute most critical insights hiding right there inside your own data. It's just way too broad of a brushstroke to be truly useful on its own.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly where we have to make a conceptual leap. Instead of just settling for this flat, standard number of total attrition, we have to move to something much more powerful and specific. We need to look at attrition categorized by potential rating. Basically, we're shifting away from just counting heads to actually evaluating the future value of the individual people who are walking out the door. It's a highly targeted, strategic breakdown of departing employees, and let me tell you, it completely changes the way you'll read your workforce data. Section 1. Categorizing attrition by potential. Let's unpack the formal definition here. Attrition potential rating-wise is defined as the total attrition of an organization, categorized by the potential rating of employees. The primary objective here is strictly to know the attrition based on the potential rating of the workforce. Think about it. The goal isn't just to see that, say, 10 people left your company last month. No, the goal is to know the specific potential ratings of those exact 10 individuals. Were they low potential, average potential, or maybe something much higher? That categorization right there is literally the beating heart of this entire metric.
Section 2. The HIPO employee trend.
When you start categorizing by potential, there's one specific group that demands your absolute, undivided attention. You have to ask, what is the trend of attrition among HIPO, or high potential employees in the organization? Tracking this specific cohort isn't just some routine HR exercise. It's directly tied to the future survival, innovation, and leadership of your entire company. If your HIPO employees are the ones leaving, your total attrition number might look perfectly fine on paper, but your organization's future is actually walking right out the door. So, the crucial point is that you must constantly ask yourself this exact question. What is the trend of attrition among high performers employees in the organization? By isolating these high performers, this metric elevates attrition from being just a simple operational headache into a massive strategic early warning system. Are you losing your future leaders? You absolutely have to ask this specific question to find out. Section 3. Measurement ratios and timeframes. Let's move to Kadana and see how this builds out. Okay, so to calculate this effectively, we rely on two clear mathematical approaches, ratios and percentages. Think about why these two specific terms are so much more critical than just looking at raw numbers. You aren't just looking at basic, flat counts of HIPO-PI employees leaving. You want to see the ratio of HIPO-PI attrition compared to standard attrition, or the exact percentage of your total HIPO talent pool that is currently turning over. By expressing your data as a ratio or a percentage, you mathematically normalize those numbers. That allows you to clearly see the real severity of the trend, ensuring that a small but absolutely critical number of departures isn't just swallowed up and hidden inside a much larger, less important dataset. Now, to make these calculations truly actionable, they have to be monitored on a very deliberate, strategic cadence. We're talking monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And this isn't just some random list of timeframes. You track it monthly to catch sudden spikes, which gives you the ability to react immediately to localized issues. You review it quarterly so you can step back, identify emerging trends, and see if your retention strategies are actually working. And finally, you analyze it yearly to fully understand the long-term macroeconomic impact on your organization's high-potential talent pool. It's this continuous, deeply structured cycle of measurement that keeps you completely in the loop. Which brings us to our final and honestly most important takeaway for today. If you aren't categorizing your monthly attrition by potential rating, do you really know your HIPO trend? The answer is a resounding no. You might know your total attrition, you might know your overall numbers, but without this specific potential-based categorization, you are flying completely blind when it comes to your most valuable people.
Think about that the next time you're staring at a standard turnover report. It's really not just about who is leaving, it's about the potential they take with them when they go. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep asking the exact right questions about your data, and I'll see you next time.